Hey you guys, it's Jessica with Sloppy Swatches. Today I have some green, blues, and sort of purples from Nailnation 3000. I did purchase these with the exception of one. I have some red, pinks, and purples that I've swatched as well. I'll link that down below and I'll get right into these. So first up is Rags to Riches. This is a mini that I bought. It is described as a perfect Kelly emerald green. I think that's pretty spot on. So I'll show you a brush shot. And I'll show you how Rags to Riches swatched on my natural nail. So here is one coat of Rags to Riches. This one starts out a little bit sheer, but it goes on evenly. I had no problems with the formula, and these dry pretty quickly as well. So one coat, I'll let that dry and come back in for a second coat. Okay, here is the second coat of Rags to Riches. This is going to deepen it up a little bit and make the hollow a little bit stronger, but I do still see some nail lines. So for me, I think this one is going to take 3 coats. That's really rare for a Nailnation 3000 hollow as far as the ones that I've owned. So I'll let this dry and come back in for a third coat. Okay, here is the third coat of Rags to Riches, and this is going to bring it completely opaque. It looks just like it does in the bottle. These do dull a tiny bit once they dry, so you will want a good top coat. Here is a look at the completed mani with top coat. And here it is from another angle. This is my swatch photo in artificial lighting and at an angle in direct sunlight. So next up is hashtag Sister Roma. This polish was from the Wipeout Transphobia collection. I don't think it's available anymore, but if you can find it, it's really gorgeous. It has a green to a purple shift with some linear hollow as well. So really pretty. The shift is kind of hard to capture. So here is a brush shot, and I'll show you how Sister Roma swatched on my natural nail. So here is one coat of Sister Roma. This one started out a little bit sheer for me as well. I think this one would work great as a topper over black too if you wanted to do just one coat and get all of that shift payoff. I am going to let this dry and come back in for a second coat. So here is the second coat of Sister Roma. I did do a bit of a thicker coat here, but I think it's going to be completely opaque at 2 coats for me. This one can get a tiny bit brush strokey, so that's something that you may want to watch. Here is a look at the finished mani with top coat. And here it is from an angle. This is my swatch photo in artificial lighting. And once more at an angle in direct sunlight. So next up is Wicked Cool. This is from the reformulated Classic Raging Hollows collection. It's described as a deeper, more hunter green tone with Wicked Mega Hollow. This one leaned a little bit navy for me though, and it looked almost black on the nail until you get it into some light. So I'll show you a brush shot. And I'll show you how Wicked Cool swatched on my natural nail. So here is one coat of Wicked Cool. This one is a little bit on the thicker side, but extremely opaque. I'm going to test this one for stamping as well. So with careful application, this can be a total one coater. Here is a look at the completed mani with top coat. You can see there it really is dark on the nail. Here it is at an angle. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. And once more at an angle in direct sunlight. So next up is Lost in Translation. I almost put this one in the purples, but this is described as a navy blue tone with a shift of soft navy to green tone with aqua green and red sparks. So this one has a lot going on in it. I'll show you a brush shot. And I'll show you how Lost in Translation swatched on my natural nail. So here is one coat of Lost in Translation. This one starts out a little bit sheer as well. Had to reload my brush there. So I can still see some nail lines, so I'm gonna let that dry and come back in for a second coat. Here is the second coat of Lost in Translation. I'm doing a little bit of a thicker coat here, but it is completely opaque on 2 coats. This was one of my absolute favorites. I'm such a sucker for names, and I do love the Lost in Translation movies, but the shift on this one is gorgeous. So here is a look at the completed mani with top coat. And here is a view from another angle. This is my swatch photo in artificial lighting. And here's a photo at an angle in direct sunlight. So next up is #blindsided. This is the one that was sent to me for review, so it is full size. I love her bottles. They look like the OPI bottles. This one is described as a mega hollow chrome ghosted purple polish, and it looks like it may have some silver flecks in there as well. I loved this one. It's really pretty. I'll show you a brush shot. And I'll show you how #blindsided swatched on my natural nail. So here is one coat of Blindsided. This one goes on really evenly and pigmented. I can still see a little bit of nail line though, so I'm gonna come back in for a second coat. You could maybe get away with one coat if you had less free edge. So here is the second coat of Blindsided. This gives you the exact color in the bottle, brings it completely opaque, and strengthens the hollow flash in it. So here is a look at the completed mani with top coat. And here it is from an angle. This one had lots of hollow effect even indoors. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. And once more at an angle in direct sunlight. Lastly, today I have Soul Searching, and this is another that I bought from the Wipeout Transphobia collection. This one is a gunmetal gray with maybe some purple and teal flash. So I'll show you a brush shot. And I'll show you how Soul Searching swatched on my natural nail. So here is one coat of Soul Searching. This one goes on nice and easy, a little bit sheer though, so I am going to do 2 coats of this one. This one gets a little bit brush strokey as well, so you may want to watch that. Here is the second coat of Soul Searching. This is going to deepen up quite a bit and bring it completely opaque for me. For Soul Searching, I wanted to make sure that a third coat would not deepen it anymore, so here is a third coat. It really didn't make that much of a difference, so I'd really recommend doing 2. But all my swatches today will be shown at 3 coats. So here is a look at the completed mani with top coat. And once more from an angle. This is my swatch photo under artificial lighting. And once more at an angle in direct sunlight. So that rounds out my swatch and review of the greens, blues, and purples that I bought from Nailnation 3000. I'm sorry it took so long to get this one up. If you're interested in seeing the reds and purples, I'll link that down below. If you'd like to see more photos, including macros, you can hop over to my blog at sloppyswatches.wordpress.com. You can also follow me on Instagram at sloppyswatches. If you're interested in getting your own minis or full size from Nailnation 3000, they have buy 3 get 1 free for the minis, and they retail at $4, so super affordable. I will link Nailnation 3000's storefront down below. So thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time.